This is the Randi Rhodes Show on 960 KNEW and online at 960KNEW.com.
A dozen days into August, and the BS is warm and summery. It's BS News for Monday, the 12th of August, 2013, and away we go. Dateline. Dear Reince-Führer, RNC head Reince Priebus, who refuses to let NBC host debates if they air a proposed movie about Hillary Clinton, says there'd be no penalty at all for Fox News if Fox Studios makes the movie. But if Fox does make it, it will be retitled First Lady of Death, the story of the Vince Foster murder. You morons. Dateline. The Boob Tube. The Sunday TV talk shows this week featured Donald Trump, Louie Gohmert, and Iowa's Steve King. Experts said it was the biggest collection of losers on TV at one time since the cancellation of The Gong Show. Needless to say, the only substantive question answered by the whole bunch was, no, none of them are smarter than a fifth grader. You morons. Dateline. King of Painfully Stupid. Climate change denier Steve King says that people wouldn't even notice a rise in sea level of 4 to 6 inches. A completely idiotic statement. I mean, any man could tell King, 4 to 6 inches is really more like 8 to 10 inches. You are? Dateline.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
A woman running for parliament in Australia has made so many ridiculous gaffes that people are calling her the Sarah Palin of Australia. When told about that, the real Sarah Palin said, I don't much care about the mistakes of some woman in Australia. I've never had any interest in European politics anyway.
Okay.
And finally, so help me God, the International Court of Justice in The Hague has agreed to hear a plan from a Nairobi lawyer challenging the unfair trial and execution of Jesus Christ. Now, the biggest stumbling block for Jesus' lawyer is that his own client has already made a big deal about forgiving everyone involved. God help us all! The heat's already getting to us, and it's only Monday. BS News! Have a great week!
Have a great week! Force yourself. Yeah. So two examples of institutionalized racism have been, at least, I won't say dealt with, but talked about today. Eric Holder getting rid of mandatory minimums as far as he can, instructing 94 U.S. attorneys not to list the quantities of drugs so that the judge can actually decide, what kind of penalty this person's contraband should, what kind of penalty should be appropriate for this person, rather than ask the jury to follow the mandatory minimum sentencing guidelines, so that judges, juries have some discretion over, who goes to jail for how long and why they need to be jailed. So, this is a great thing because we spend, a ton of money incarcerating nonviolent possession cases in this country. It's ridiculous what we do. And then the other story was that the New York PD has been sued in court, and the judge has rendered her opinion today. It is a 195-page opinion about the constitutionality of stop and frisk. She finds that it violates not just the Fourth Amendment, which is your protection against unreasonable search, but also the 14th Amendment, meaning equal protection was not afforded to black Latinos, to blacks and Latinos in New York City. In fact, if you look at, the stop and frisk stats, there are numbers of charts. They're nice, they're bright, they're colorful, they're easy to read. You'll see that 51% of the people that are stopped and frisked are black. 33% of the people who are stopped and frisked are Latino. And only 9% of all the people who are stopped and frisked are white. And you will also see that African Americans are more likely to have force used against them, even though only 2% of all the stop and frisks produce anything illegal, any contraband, guns, drugs, only 2%. So the judge can't overturn, the law. She did make some recommendations, and she said, listen, what we need to do is attach cameras to the police officers so we can watch them watching us.